Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am your host, Greg Chatmendy, along with my co-host, the alright, Gavin Modrizzle. Yeah, he had a rough week thanks to our new Lord and Savior, Mike White, which ironically is the first game we talk about. However, first, I normally do this at the end, but I was like, I should probably do this at the beginning, because if someone is watching, they're probably going to stick around for now. If you enjoy the podcast, just like and subscribe. We're slowly doing them later and later, just because of how things work. But we do them every Saturday night, or early Sunday morning. So just, like and subscribe, and I really appreciate it. Hugs and kisses for you all. If for one subscription, Mike White is healed one day faster. So let's start off with a recap of the first. You want actually? The Titans Colts line would make sense for me to take, but I really want to talk about the Bengals and the Jets. I watched majority of this game.
So did
I literally used a VPN to watch this game because I thought it'd be funny. But Titans Colts, talking about that game, it just bring me nothing but pain and agony.
Your choice.
You could talk about the new god among men.
Alright. So, Bengals refused to do anything on defense, appeared for most of the game. Zach Taylor had some awful coaching.
Bunch of McVay being Bunch of McVay.
Really made Cliff Kingsbury look like the coach of the year people are trying to make him out to be. But couldn't score twice when they had a 4th and 1. They scored a field goal on 2 drives where it was they had 1st down and 1 from their own one, from the Jets one, not their own one. The Jets one. They were 1 yard, 4 downs, couldn't make it because of Cliff Kingsbury play call. Ran the ball like 10 times during the entire game on a bad Jets defense. Like, you have Joe Mixon. We had this issue last year. You decided not to run the ball, and you didn't win games. You were running the ball. You were winning games. I don't understand, but
I think another thing the Bengals are really doing now is it's probably the most Zach Taylor thing ever. Jamar Chase was really good in the beginning of the season. What do? We force feed him and don't let any other player on the team touch the ball. Like if you look in the red zone, like if you're watching some, yeah, like I'm gonna say like I would say 90%, but it was like 99% of like they would run Joe Mixon once in like their entire red zone series, and it would just be like out routes to Jamar Chase that he would either drop, be overthrown, or he'd catch like one of them. It's just baffling. Like you in the red zone, they just refuse to run the ball, which I feel like is the best place to do that.
nah.
But you do gotta hand it to Mike White though. First ever start, throwing for over 400 yards. Most yards and most completions by a player in their first NFL start.
It's also just because the best running back on the Jets is another, like, 5th round pick.
Hey, he was a 4th round pick.
Okay.
Michael Carter was a great player at UNC, and I expect great things from him. Yeah, but Mike White throwing passes to Braxton Burritos is the most us thing to ever love.
Mr. Burritos.
The Jets are really just trying to build a team with a cult following. They could not care less about winning games. They just want the NFL fan base to love their players. But those damn Colts have to ruin everything. I hate the Colts. The Colts suck. Colts at Titans. Titans won. Whatever. Could you expect anything else? But the Colts decided, you know what would be really funny? If in back-to-back weeks we injured Derrick Henry for the season and we take out Michael White. I feel like the Colts, the only way they like their game plan is just injure people, man. Like, we should get an investigation on these people. They're injuring the best player on every team every week. That's kind of sus. Just saying. Nothing else matters in this game besides the fact that the Colts can't cover AJ Brown, but we already knew that. Fat Randy's Fat Randy. Big balls Randy Bulcock. Yeah, they just injured Derrick Henry. So now the Titans have Adrian Peterson and Jeremy McNichols. And while I do like Jeremy McNichols as like a receiving back, he's not Derrick Henry. And Adrian Peterson is 36 years old. So
you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Shut up, Bucks fan. You could literally close your eyes and say sign with us, and then like an elite talent will come running saying give me a minimum contract and I'll sign for 10 years. We don't have we're in Nashville. We don't have good weather. Well, it's alright weather. We don't have Tom Brady.
Yeah, before Tom Brady, what was the biggest signing the Bucks have made in like the last 10 years?
Vincent Jackson.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of anyone else they signed that was actually had any importance. They got Darrell Rios at one point, right? They did that.
After an ACL tear, yeah. And then instantly got rid of him. It was a great move. I'm happy about that.
Oh, you get to talk about Rams-Texans. I don't think I saw a single minute of this game that wasn't just the Rams scoring, but...
That's what the game was until the Rams let the Texans cover by allowing them to score like 28 points in like 5 minutes of the fourth quarter because they felt like it. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is good. Texans are bad. All I gotta say about that game.
That's fair. You know, they might get Tyrod Taylor back, but
predictions, to be honest.
This isn't. We're not predicting anything. This is recap. Do you know what week it is? Victor, this already happened. Come on, man. Quit the times. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. This game was also not good. Neither team wanted to play offense, but Pratt Freiermuth forced the Steelers to play a little bit of offense, so they won this game. The only thing coming out of this game is that the fact that the Browns, cut Odell Beckham. Well, technically he's not cut till Monday. Baker Mayfield is looking like 2019 Baker Mayfield. And Big Ben is looking like 2020 Big Ben. So, just really trying to not get last place in your division, huh? That's all I had to say about that.
The Ravens will somehow end up there. I don't know how. They will.
The Steelers will waltz their way into the playoffs just by somehow beating bad teams. Oh man, I can't wait for a Derrick Henry-less Titans versus Big Ben-led Steelers. Oh, it's gonna be such a awful game.
I mean, yeah. The epic 4-seed and 5-seed matchup. Yeah. Too bad in the Bucks win the division, they'll play against a good team.
Alright, Gavin, it's your weekly moment of talking about the Lions.
Heck yeah, I don't want to talk about this game.
Why do the Lions keep it close with every competitor, and then as soon as they play a bad team, they're like, oh yeah, we suck, and then they get blown up by 40.
they're tactical. They're tactically playing. You see, if you only try against good teams, then you won't win games, and therefore can't fail to tank.
Who do they even want for that number one pick? There's no quarterbacks that are worth it, to be honest, unless they want Kayvon Thibodeau. He's like the only player that's even like worth a number one overall pick in this class, to be honest. I don't like it that much. I don't think it's that good of a class.
It's a really bad class. The Lions are just setting
Especially at quarterback. It really feels like there's a new quarterback as a first round quarterback every week, and then someone falls down to like the fourth round, and then they're like back in the first, just because there's so many not good quarterbacks.
Like that dude out of Liberty was like, oh, he's the best quarterback, and then he threw 3 picks, and like, oh.
I would agree with you, Victor. The Jets will go above 500 against one of the teams, but they don't have Mike White. I don't know how long he's out for. Next we have Niners Bears. This was actually probably one of the better games.
Mm-hmm. Matt Nagy wasn't there.
That's true. Watching this game, watching Bears home games are so painful just by how poorly maintained Soldier Field is. I know it's like not important, but like the grass is like dead. There's all the fans don't care because it's the Bears. it's just. I don't think Spencer Rattler hasn't been that great this year. I'm a big Sam Howell guy. I really liked him. Exactly, because he sucked. He was really bad to start the year. We still probably gonna be drafted within the first round just because.
Probably by a team like, it'll probably be a team like the Giants.
Yeah, but it's up.
Absolutely no clue what's going on.
I'm pretty sure it's up to the McCaskies to do like maintain it and stuff. The Soldier Field.
They're moving to Arlington Heights.
That's true. So the Bears ran the ball a lot. Justin Fields looked not terrible for the first time all year, and the Niners just game managed their way to a win.
Khalil Mack being hurt definitely didn't help. Khalil Herbert got hurt. Damian Williams got hurt. So they were having the fullback run.
Yeah, the Bears are having a real rough year when it comes to injuries. But it's weird. It's like all their running backs are like pretty solid. It's like they should run the ball more, you know?
They should. I don't know how they do it. Like, how come every running back you draft is like starting caliber? Like,
I just realized how many away teams won this week. The Jets, out of all the games we talk about, the Jets are the only home team to win.
MetLife Stadium.
Like it was a close game. Yeah, Niners won. Good for them. Panthers Falcons. This game was also just two bad teams trying to out-bad one another, and the Panthers lost. Technically, if you count it by that, they won the game but lost the war.
Yep.
So the Panthers still technically have a playoff spot.
They do.
I hate the NFC. There's nothing worth talking about in this game.
Not have any emotion towards these games, as it's not real.
Cordell Patterson is still the best running back in the division. It's rough.
I don't think that's right, but sure.
Is there someone on the Saints that you're talking about?
Alvin Kamara?
Nah. McCaffrey doesn't play, so he doesn't count.
Yeah. That's why I said Alvin Kamara.
He plays 2 games, gets like 200 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns in each game, and he's just out for the year. So now that we're done barely talking about that game. Sam Darnold sucks, by the way. He was like, hey, don't suck, guys. And then he's like, no, I do suck, guys. Sorry for lying.
I'll try better next time.
I'll go be a backup somewhere, and then I'll suck being their backup.
And then I'll start because the starter gets hurt and I'll look good for one play and get a contract.
Probably with the Bengals or something. Because Joe Burrow... No, because Joe Burrow will demand a trade because he hates it here because everyone hates it here.
Pain.
Does that remind you of anyone, Kevin? Any Carson Palmers?
We do a victory in the chat.
No.
Alright, now we're on to Miami Buffalo. Is this mine or yours?
Man trade.
This is mine.
I'm lost.
Bengals will turn it around.
Help me.
Somehow.
I fall. I can't get up.
You'll talk about Chargers Patriots, but I have Dolphins Bills.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't either.
No, you don't want. Okay, so you have to talk about some of them. All right, listen. There's no games that anyone of us really want to talk about here. These games sucked. They were either blowouts or two bad teams going at it. But Miami kept it close for a while. Dolphins fans still want Tua crucified, even though he's not the problem. It could be.
He's definitely the problem.
Oh yeah, my bad. He should win games with a terrible. He should win games with one of the worst defenses in the league and one of the worst offensive lines and receivers that can't catch a ball to save their life, and no running backs. So it's all on Tua, man.
There you go. There you go.
But they kept it close until the end, and the Bills were like, "We'll make it seem like we blew them out, but we really didn't."
Yeah.
The Bills won. Any surprises? Nah. Alright, Gavin, you have Pats Chargers. This game was actually pretty good.
It was a good game. I mean,
You just don't like the
that
Chargers losing.
lost, but it is what it is. Phillips, safety for New England. He had a pick six that kind of messed things up.
He had 2 picks this week, actually.
Yes, he did. It was just an unfortunate turn of events, but you know, they'll get him next time. Because these teams actually know. Oh, hopefully not, but hopefully the Patriots are not in the playoffs. That should not happen in AFC. Don't allow that.
Shut up. You have the Panthers and the Vikings in your playoffs, NFC. Like, calm down.
Look, true. But at the same time, we're just better, you know?
Stupid Bucks fan. Not Chargers. Jaguars, Seahawks. The Jaguars suck. How did you get blown up by Geno Smith? I think the Jaguars saw an Ole Miss wide receiver on the field and thought it was A.J. Brown, so decided not to cover him because DK Metcalf just kind of did whatever he wanted to them.
It was Tyler Lockett.
He did. It was both of them, but the Jaguars are really bad. It was both of them.
You should just win together.
Yeah,
And
no.
I saw Tyler Lockett had a good game, so I'm like, okay.
No, it was both of them this time. He threw to Geno Smith threw to both receivers. I know Russell Wilson tends to only throw to one per game, but
Well, Geno Smith was only throwing to DK Metcalf every game.
yeah, he did that for the first half.
Okay, fair enough.
DK Moss, some guy, or no, DK Moss, Shaquille Griffin. That's who DK Moss. He was like, "Oh, you sure you wanted to sign with the Jaguars?"
That was a big mistake.
Seattle won. They probably should
That was
have,
a pass.
even without that. All right, Gavin, you have football team Broncos. Oh God.
F. Big F in the chat for everyone. F, F, F.
I only caught the
That
fourth
was it.
quarter of this game, and oh boy, was I entertained.
F. Like, okay, Broncos won the game and then proceed to lose like 8 hours later. So I don't know what to tell you, but football team almost won the game.
somehow.
They really shouldn't have been close, but Broncos fumbled and Kyle up and looked like they were trying to win. But in the end, football team lost. Then Von Miller gets traded to the Rams, because why not?
Honestly, they got a pretty good haul for him, to be honest, for his age and contract situation.
The Rams don't care about money. When you look at their cap space.
Yeah, I know they don't care about money, but like he wasn't going to re-sign with the Broncos, probably,
They don't care
right?
about picks either.
Yeah, we knew that. Like at the end of the year, they won't have a first-round pick for the next 10 years to come. But like, I meant for like the Broncos. Like he probably wasn't going to re-sign in Denver, and he was expiring. So like getting a 2 and a 3 for him is pretty good. I just want to talk about the end of this game real quick, because besides the fact how the green zone was like a death sentence, like a team would enter there and then just immediately fall into offensive ineptitude.
The green zone.
That's the 30.
Okay. I'm like, what?
The red zone's inside the 20, the green zone's the 30.
Okay.
So the football team marched down the field, down by 7. They're in a big 4th down. They throw a Hail Mary and it's intercepted. The Broncos, you think, oh, they're just going to kneel the ball 3 times. They're going to run out the clock and run the ball.
Wait, I thought they removed John Gruden in this man update. He's still here.
Probably because it's an old franchise or whatever you're in. So,
Yeah, they can't change that.
So, they run the ball on 1st down. Alright, it's all normal. They pass the ball on 2nd down. What? 3rd down, they run the ball again. Chase Young just punches it out of Melvin Gordon. And the football team get another shot. But don't worry, Broncos fans. They're inside the 30. So, last play of the game. Tyler Heineke takes a snap. Hail Mary. Overthrows any living being by 10 yards outside the end zone. It was quite the show. You can have Buccaneers Saints too, or do you not want it?
I mean, I'll take it, I guess. What's my other option?
Cowboys, Vikings, or Giants. If you keep down Bucs Saints, you get Giants Chiefs.
I mean, I watched all 3 of those games. So those are actually, but Jameis Winston, I wish he would have
Rest
played
in
the
peace.
rest of the game. Unfortunately, we just had to beat jerks and then get our we got beat up in the alleyway by Trevor Siemian, the just one white guy in the game.
Tom Brady has a real rough time against backup QBs. One comes in, he's like, oh no, like shivers in his boots and throws pick sixes.
And that's what he does, just whenever, you know? He really admires what Bruce Arians does in his offense.
Throw a QB to the Wolves and have them either throw touchdowns or pick sixes.
Exactly. He also really tried to make the tackle.
He was really on his Cam Newton stuff right there.
Yeah. Did you see his fumble too? His fumble was amazing.
Yeah, Brady had a rough game. The Saints didn't. Well, the Saints did because they lost their quarterback. So not only do they not have their tight end quarterback, but they also don't have their quarterback. So now they're stuck with Trevor Siemian. Who did they sign?
Start Ian Book.
Did they move him to their practice squad? So now he's out. So
Ian
you know,
Book,
we're two quarterbacks away, Saints, from getting Alvin Kamara at quarterback, and I think that'd be really entertaining. So
is Alvin Kamara actually?
Yes, he's their emergency QB.
They really just go into Wildcat. That's
It's just what they run to Taysom Hill. Like, what's the difference?
yeah. I just got picked 6 by Desmond Trufant wearing number 10.
Alright, now we have Cowboys, Vikings. Kirk Cousins sucks on prime time. Why am I blanking on the Vikings head coach's name? Why am I doing this? Thank you. He sucks too. Mike McCarthy.
This information we already know.
Mike McCarthy also sucks, but you know the Vikings will somehow suck even more than a team without Dak Prescott and lose to Amari Cooper.
I mean, yeah.
That's it. Amari Cooper won me fantasy though, so I appreciate that.
There was Amari Cooper was making some really good plays in that last drive. It was just some psychic connection between the Coopers.
Hey man, you know Amari Cooper's really good at football, so he had to give some of his talent to Cooper Rush. We're just like, just throw me the ball and I'll catch it, and he's like, okay.
Fair enough, mate.
Now imagine if Cooper Kupp was on the team. Oh boy, that'd be deadly. It'd be unstoppable. Alright, Gavin. Giants, Chiefs, and you know my opinions about this game.
This was an absolute showcase of how not to play offense.
Or really defense, for that matter.
It was a bad game, just all around. I mean, the Giants got ref-balled. They had to get ref-balled for the Chiefs to win. Like, once again, at MetLife Stadium, I think.
You guessed that is correct. Nope, never mind, they were in Arrowhead. I can read, I promise.
Okay. You said every way, there's a way, I wish I could wee, but...
Was any of what you just said words?
No.
So you started making like baby noises. You're like, wow, wow.
Sometimes your brain just isn't doing it, you know?
I know it is throwing. Patrick Mahomes' 100-mile fastballs at wide receivers' faces.
You know, that was actually overthrown. You see, he meant to throw it to the guy that was like 4 yards in front of him, but instead he hit the guy behind him in the face.
Imagine being a receiver, though, right? Your entire job is just to catch passes. But then you see your quarterback and he's running around like a buffoon, throwing jump passes and no-look passes at you. And you're like, why can't my quarterback just look at me? And then you lose track of your quarterback inside the pocket. And all of a sudden he jumps over the center and throws a 100-mile-per-hour fastball at your face. What do you do, Gavin?
I dropped the ball. But...
Like you can really tell how fast like the ball was going just by how high that ball flew off his helmet. It was like an NBA tip-off, but like off some guy's helmet. It was impressive. Yeah, the Chiefs suck, and I'm happy to see it. Oh man, the Chiefs play the Titans too. Oh buddy. That already happened, I know, but... Anyway, Gavin, Jets, Colts. Jets, Colts. You injured Mike White, you bastards. Jonathan Taylor won.
Jonathan Taylor did win.
No one else won.
Apparently the fastest player in the NFL. I don't know.
It's like they saw Jonathan Taylor and then made sure to check that he was on Gavin's fantasy team and then decided, here you go, here's the end zone. Because it really looked like they just did not want to tackle him. Like, you feel like players are just like, oh, is that Jonathan Taylor? Hold on, let me just go this way real quick. The only time the Jets looked competitive in this game was the one drive Mike White was in. And then after that, it was just all downhill. Michael Carter had a real big game against the Bengals, so what'd they do? Not give him the ball. They gave it to Ty Johnson. Sure, you do that. Good for you, Justin Colts. Alright, so let's do predictions since I'm already here. Falcons, Saints. I have the Saints.
I don't know, it feels like a Falcons game to win.
Alright.
I want to pick the Saints, but at the same time, I don't see it happening. I'm gonna go Falcons.
That's fair. Excuse me. Cowboys, Broncos. I think Dak is back.
Yes, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I will also be going with the Cowboys. Patriots, Panthers. I have Patriots.
I also have the Patriots in that one.
This game might actually be one of the best games because I don't really see many other options this week. Vikings, Ravens. Ravens.
It's not prime time. Kirk Cousins might play good. Ravens defense doesn't like playing defense sometimes.
Yeah, but they're off a bye, so they're rested.
They're off a bye. Hey, Lamar will have to go poop. I go with the Ravens.
Bengals, Browns. And the only team taking a Brown in this, yeah, they need the Brown. Bengals.
I mean, I've already bet some stuff on that in the league, so I'm going Bengals.
Alright. The Bills, Jaguars. I wonder who I think is going to win under the Bills, Jaguars. Anyway, moving on.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna have a career game. He's gonna throw for 5 passing touchdowns, and they're still gonna lose.
James Robinson's going to rush for 400 yards and break all the records, and then they'll lose 56-12.
Yep.
Texans, Dolphins, and oh boy, was I conflicted. But if Tyrod Taylor's back, I pick the Texans. If not, I pick the Dolphins.
I'm going Texans.
Alright. Raiders, Giants. Vegas. I'm going to pick you to win. That's just because the Giants are so bad, but you have enough problems to deal with.
Yep, I agree.
Chargers, Eagles, Chargers. They'll win a game.
Chargers.
Eventually again. Packers, Chiefs, even without Aaron Rodgers, because of his home remedy, I pick the Packers.
Yep. I
No,
feel like that's a fair assessment.
No, I think Jordan Love's probably going to look like shit. Because I don't think Matt LaFleur
matters.
Yeah, that's another point. I don't think it really matters. Cardinals, Niners. Is Murray playing?
He's expected to play. He's listed as questionable. You know, I think he'll play like half the game.
All right,
so
Niners.
The Cardinals might just be up by too much.
Well, I think the Cardinals are just like historically have problems with the Niners when they should win.
Guess that's a fair point. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals for now.
I'm gonna go with the Niners. All right, Titans, Rams. There's without Derrick Henry. With Derrick Henry, I don't think the Titans really would win this anyway. But without him, I definitely don't think that.
Agreed.
Bears, Steelers. I have the Steelers because they haven't lost a Monday night football game in Heinz Field in like 26 games.
The
Now-
Bears have Matt Nagy back.
Exactly. That's what another reason you should really, to be honest, pick the Steelers to win.
What do I think the Steelers are gonna win?
I think the score's gonna be like 13-10.
You know what? No, when I talked to Mason about this game. I said the final score is gonna be like 7-9. Like it's gonna be a nasty game, but
I don't even know what
I'm
Thursday
gonna
night
go-
is. This is a surprise to me once you pick.
I'm gonna go Bears because the Steelers don't have a kicker. Or a Thursday night game.
Oh man, primetime sucks this year. What's on prime? the other two. Rams, Niners, alright, that in theory that was going to be good. And then Chiefs, Raiders, because the Chiefs are always on primetime, and it's, of course, it's the Raiders. Ravens, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I think that's a yawn of agreement.
Yep.
Alright. We're going to speed run through power rankings here. Evens or odds, Gavin?
Let's just say the name of the team. You don't even need to explain it. Just go down the list.
Alright, so first, 32, we have the Jags because they suck. 31, we have the Dolphins because they sucked a little bit less. 30, we have the Lions because they suck. 29, we have the Texans because they suck. 28, we have the Giants because to keep them with the Jets. 27, we have the Jets because Mike White. 26, we have the Falcons because he lost to the Panthers. 25, we have the Panthers because they beat the Falcons. 24, we have the Bears because that's where the Bears belong. 23, we have the Eagles. I don't know what to do with them. 22, with the Broncos. I don't know what to do with them. 21 is the Niners. I don't know what to do with them. 20 is the football team. They should probably be lower, but we have a bias. 19 is the Seahawks because they destroyed a team. 18 is the Chiefs because they got bailed out by the refs to beat the Giants. 17 is the Colts because they beat the Jets, I guess. 16 is the Vikings because you lost to Cooper Rush. 15 is the Patriots because you beat the Chargers. 14 is the Browns because they don't have an offense. 13 is the Steelers because you beat a team without an offense with not having an offense. 12 is the Chargers because you can't win a game. 11 is the Raiders because, oh boy, you had a terrible bye week. 10 is the Saints because you beat the Bucks. 9 is the Ravens because you just managed to not get into trouble on your bye week. 8 is the Bengals because you lost to Mike White. 7 is the Titans because they lost Derrick Henry. 6 is the Cowboys because you won with Cooper Rush. 5 is the Bucks because you lost to Trevor Siemian. 4 the Cardinals is because you lost to a team without any players. 3 is the Packers. They probably should be higher, but whatever. 2 is the Bills. You barely beat the Dolphins. 1 is the Rams because we love the Rams.
1-7 Colts.
Oh, should I wait for you to finish this?
No. I forgot the teams halfway through. I'm like,
18 doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, that's our podcast. Check us out next week. We'll probably do more in-depth analysis because hopefully it won't be 1 in the morning. Anyways, guys, this is Chatmendy along with my co-host Gavin saying peace.